Hello and welcome to the Sunday Preview Rundown. This might be the biggest chain of oh no my wallet in a row, because yesterday we talked about the Skaven preview of all those absolutely fantastic models that I'm going to be getting one of every single one of them.
If not more.
I won't be getting one of everything today, but there is nothing today that I don't like.
Yeah, that's actually crazy.
So, first and foremost is, relevant to our interests, the Book of Desolation. So, we talked about in our review that just went up of the Hive Secundus box opening. We were like, when's that book coming out? It might be a few months. Wrong. It was now, baby.
Immediately.
And, I mean, no complaints from me.
No.
Because I'm so happy that this is coming out this quickly, so we can all get into this now.
Yeah, I agree. The fact that the book in the Secundus box was a 2-player campaign was like, I was expecting it to be a holdover.
So this is rules for 4 gangs, the Advanced Spyre Hunters, which we'll look at, Secundian Incursion gangs, the Malstrain and Malstrain Corrupted gangs.
Nice.
So all in one. Multiplayer, comprehensive Underhells campaign, new scenarios, rules for the Don't Pay the Abyssal Ferryman,
Abyssal Ferryman teams.
who offer assistance to those exploring the Hive Secundus. That's going to be like a new alliance.
Oh, that's awesome.
New dramatis personae, rules for custom rigs using the Cargo 8 Ridge Hauler chassis. Oh, God.
Oh, no.
And the Sentry Guns.
Oh, we might have to have a video just on the custom rig.
Oh, we probably will. So, these are not new, because, I mean, that's the thing. They are new. Secundus just came out.
Yeah, so not not yesterday, but the week before.
Right. And here's the Saar Tek-hunters already.
Yeah. And gorgeous. Absolutely amazing.
We've already talked these to death. They still look amazing. End of story.
We'll buy more.
So this comes with 8 guys.
Yep.
Which is not the 10 of other boxes, but yeah, that's fine. And then the Malstrain Genestealer Abomination gang. So kind of like we called in our review, this is the Genestealers, but it does also come with the Brood Scum heads that you can use to either make a Malstrain Corrupted gang or for the Hive Scum.
Yeah. Again, we've talked it to death. These models are fantastic. Gorgeous. Do love them. Creepy gross.
And then there's these weird floating things that I don't like, but they are effective. I'll give them that.
I still like those.
I don't like them, but I don't like them in the way I don't like, stuff that's too effectively spooky.
It's a different dislike.
And then we got the Spyre Hunters. These are the ones that did come in the box. They are... I mean, they have... I was going to say they're the close combat ones. They are, but they also do have bolt gauntlets that are really good.
Yeah. They're, like, ridiculously elite.
Yes.
Yeah, I love these guys.
And the second time we've got a Caradid model.
First time in plastic, I think.
And now we start getting into the new stuff. So we saw these models already.
Yeah.
But this is the Malcadon, Yeld, and Jakara Spyre suits. So these are the ones that focus more on mobility, they say. And I like these even more.
Yeah, I love all of the Spire.
These suits are even more my bag.
Yeah.
I question the relevance of the wings and the Underhells.
The giant blade wings and the...
Maybe they don't actually give her fly. Maybe they just give her, versatile 4-inch melee.
Oh, that would also be sick.
In a circle.
Yeah. 360 degrees, versatile 4. Hell yeah.
So this box builds one of each as well as a Spyre Huntmaster. So 4 total models in this box.
Nice.
It's probably still going to be, $60, but it's the more elite model. So think of it more like an Ambot box.
Yeah, basically.
I absolutely love these. These are my favorite of the set so far.
It's really unfortunate they weren't in the box.
I kind of figured they had to save it for something.
Yeah.
I mean, I still think these are gold too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. I personally like the more beefy ones, but I like these.
Yeah. And then we get the Trent Reznor pattern safety guns, or sentry guns. They will hurt you.
But not as much as Johnny Cash.
They'll put a hole in your head.
That's
black as your soul. Anyway, no, these are the Trazior Pattern Sentry Guns. We talked a little bit about these. They have a fun mechanic where you can try and mess with their targeting to only target enemies. If you don't have anybody near them, they just target anything in their arc.
It is definitely a good twist on a especially indoors campaign.
These also look good, and I'm gonna say that this looks like a great conversion opportunity to put these on vehicles.
Oh, good point.
Grenade launchers, heavy stubbers.
Yeah, I mean, if there weren't heavy stubbers, yeah, I agree.
Well,
you can't win them all.
Right.
Oh god, this gives me I always forget the name of this. The multiplayer game something company. Lethal Company.
Oh yeah.
This where they're in the halls and you just walk in the room and they go hello.
Yeah. This was a triumph.
Also that.
Paint these like the portals.
God.
And then we get this one's Forge World.
Yes.
And he's resin, but it is Yageloth, the Master of Whispers. So this is a Delaque dramatis personae who's not really human anymore. He's basically a living shadow.
Yeah. Now his rules have been out for a long time because they were in the House of Shadow, right? But man, that model is dope.
Also that.
I want to get him just to make him my leader for my Delaque gang.
Right? Like
he looks amazing.
He can make a great Delaque leader.
Yeah.
Just fantastic looking model. His rules are fun. I mean, he's overcosted for a dramatis personae, whatever, but they all are.
Yeah.
Great. Gotta have as your outcast leader.
Oh yeah.
And like a Delaque inspired outcast gang.
That'd be sick.
Yeah. And of course the Spyre hunting party gang tactics cards. So yeah.
Yep. Tactics. I'm surprised they're not doing also the Malstrain ones.
Yeah, me too.
They're only doing the hunting party this time.
That's a little bit weird. I'm sure they'll come out later.
Yeah.
Now we go back to the old world. Okay, I lied. This is the only thing I don't
That's
care
the model
for.
You don't like?
Well, that's just because I'm not big on
I know you're
orcs.
not an orc fan. I actually don't mind this. It has some really good details on it.
I really like the idea of it. I love the fish hat.
Yeah.
The fish troll hat.
It gives me some like Murloc World of Warcraft vibes.
Yes,
and
yes.
I kind of like that.
It's murky.
Yeah.
R.A.P. Murky.
Oh yeah, he slaughtered Murky and wore him as a hat.
Murky flippin' died.
But I don't mind it.
And I do like the little guy with his little pot.
With the little pot grot, this could be a Cruel Boys.
Oh
wizard.
god, they have found out the secret to success is pot grots.
Yeah, it's true.
Big downside, Forge World resin.
Yeah.
As is often the case with these special characters.
Yeah, it's true.
But so
he's not bad. I don't mind him.
Dwarf King with O-Stone. This is not a new model. This is a reboxing of the plastic one. Once upon a time, this was put on your lore hat. This was Belagar Ironhammer, true king of 8 peaks. Yeah, he was a dwarf who really hated Skaven and goblins. Anyway.
Don't all dwarfs hate everything?
Yeah, but like
they're not dwarfs.
He really did.
Oh, okay.
They took his home from him, and he just like took it back. Spoiler: he died because everyone in the old world did. But anyway, this was the Dwarf King for Cities of Sigmar for a long time, or sorry, the Dwarf Thane or something, and now he's the Dwarf King with Oathstone. So yeah, he is at least plastic. He probably won't be too expensive.
That is nice. Yeah, and the dwarves that came out recently, the single models were actually fairly cheap.
Yeah, so I imagine he will be. It's kind of like the Rune Lord. They reboxed it.
Yeah, cool.
Which is fine. Dwarf Slayer of Legend. This one is, I don't think he is new. Yeah, this isn't a new one. He is also plastic. I think. I don't remember, actually. This is a great looking model, actually.
Yeah, it's not terrible. I mean, his beard is, I know this is like a positive for dwarves, but his beard is so big it fully entirely covers his body, which is kind of interesting and cool.
I mean, that's kind of the point, yes.
I know it's the point, but like, is he going to trip over his own beard as he's running into combat?
I hope that connection point there is secure. Like, that's the problem with all GW things leaping off of models, blah, 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 blah. I really like the dragon head thing.
Yeah,
here.
the dragon head looks
I want
cool.
more of that.
For a dwarf model, actually, I think this is pretty cool.
Yeah. And then we get Dwarf Miners. So this is the return of an old kit, the Dwarf Miners.
The ponies pulling the minecart with the Gatling gun. Is that a
I think it's like a harpoon gun. I can't.
Harpoon gun. Yeah, we can't zoom in. Okay, we can zoom in. We just shouldn't. It does look like a harpoon.
Yeah. The minecarts are my favorite part, honestly.
Yeah.
The dwarves, these are very old classic dwarves. They got the big arms. The whole thing about miners is that they're kind of they're the closest thing dwarves have to expendable troops.
Yeah, I mean, dwarves are generally pretty expensive.
Yeah, they're not expendable. But
No.
for a while, apparently, according to a friend of the show, Kevin, at the end of Old Hammer, last edition, like the play was you just spammed the absolute heck out of these guys.
They were that cheap.
Yeah, they were the closest thing you had.
Yeah.
But they're still they are still decent versus armor because the picks, and they also have explosives that you can throw.
Nice.
I really like the minecarts though.
Yeah, the minecarts. So my only problem with them is you could very easily tell that they just had 2 of them and then copy pasted the picture.
Oh sure, yeah. This is a 20-man unit doubled.
Yeah. But it's I think the carts are adorable. I wish that there was like a different pose for the horse because they're all just like with the one little steppy.
Yeah, yeah.
But other, old models, what can you do? But they look pretty good.
It does come with new transfer sheets though, apparently.
Cool,
which is nice. Speaking of older models, I think these are a little less old. These are plastic, by the way.
Yes.
Thank goodness. These are also plastic, and I actually like these quite a lot. I really like the organ gun. I want to put it on some kind of steam tank.
Yeah. Honestly, any of either that or the giant cannon would be very cool on some kind of like vehicle or sky ship or something.
And I just, they don't do this so much anymore. Just got lots of bits.
Yeah, like little customization bits are always welcome. I recently got some Genestealer cult stuff, and all the little tiny bits I can put on everything feels really nice.
I like the wheelbarrows, and the pickaxes. I love those. Obviously, this is the same kit twice. You pick which one you want to build.
Yeah.
You can tell because they just copy pasted them.
Yep.
But you know what? Hey, that's fine.
At least they rotated them in the picture this time.
Yeah. I like the little cannonball rack.
Yeah.
Like you put each one of those in the. I love the little dragon head
They
hammers on the organ gun.
They're definitely very flavorful. Is not the word I'm looking for. Personality.
Yeah, well, flavorful is probably a good word.
They have a good personality to them.
Anyway, I love them.
Yeah.
The dwarf gyrocopters. I'm gonna be honest. Even when I played these in Cities of Sigmar, this is never a model I particularly loved.
Yeah.
They're just weird and yeah. A lot of people don't love the new ones, the gyrocopters. It always felt like one step too far for dwarves personally.
Sure.
But it's also the fastest thing they have.
Also true.
So they kind of needed it, and they're not bad models. They are plastic. They go together pretty well,
Mm-hmm.
and they're nicely detailed. They're just not my bag.
Yeah, it always feels a little weird when dwarves decide to take to the sky.
Yeah.
I feel like they're ground creatures. I don't mind these. They're fine. I would not personally own them, but they definitely look like the first iteration of the Quadrant Overlord stuff. And it kind of shows.
Yeah. Now previously, gyrocopters were 1 to a box and they were $50.
Uh-oh.
This says they're 2 to a box.
So they're $120.
I hope not. I hope they do like an $80 box with 2 of them because that would be,
that would be nice.
better. I hope that they take this opportunity to introduce some savings.
Yes.
I won't hold my breath, but I hope so.
Yeah.
And then we can get this kind of came out of nowhere when it was announced on their social media sites.
Yeah.
This is some old hammer terrain that they haven't sold for a really long time.
Yeah. Some of this stuff I recognize.
It's all plastic, and I actually really like it. So it's very old world characterful. Like it's everything's like just a little off kilter.
Yeah, like the
lines aren't perfectly straight. It looks hand built.
Yeah,
which is what it would have been.
Exactly.
You got the chapel, the tower. I probably won't get these.
Yeah.
Or Stonehenge.
That's not terrible. I wish it was bigger.
Yeah, the problem for this one is I'm sure it's not going to be worth the price they're asking, but it is it's a fine kit. The hills.
Oh my god. Oh my god, the hills.
The hills have eyes.
The hills have eyes. I'll put googly eyes on them. I'm not a fan of any of this, but I prefer a little more put together terrain for my fantasy stuff.
Yeah.
Or the wilds.
And then we also have a boxed game, which is a Hobbit boxed game. It looks like it comes with the 15 plastic Thorin Company miniatures from Middle-earth.
Yeah.
It's probably, if it's anything like the Battle for Balin's Tomb, it's going to be a cheaper way to get these minis.
That's true.
With a game.
Yeah.
And they're fine. They hold up decently well.
Yeah, I don't mind any of them. I don't like that they didn't show a single one of them zoomed in. It's just here's the whole board.
Yeah.
You know what these minis look like.
I guess I figured they didn't need to.
Yeah.
So, eventful week, whether you're in the far future or in the old world. All of it good. Although, obviously, I'm probably not going to get the old world stuff. Although, depending on price, I might get the terrain.
That's fair.
I hope it hasn't increased too much.
Yep.
But GW does tend to price their terrain unaggressively, shall we say?
Yeah.
But obviously, the Tek-hunters I am super, super pumped for.
Yeah.
And all of especially the new Spire suits.
Yeah. Every single one of these Necromunda models, no, I was going to say except for the character, I super love.
Yeah.
But I even love the character.
I love the character. I don't know if I'll get the character because it's always harder to get Forge World stuff.
Yeah, that's the problem.
But it'll be on my eye next time I go to Adepticon, that's for sure.
Agreed.
So let us know below what you're excited for in this. If you're on Team Oldhammer or Team Necromunda, or if you're in the unfortunate place of being both, like friend of the show Kevin, R.I.P. his wallet. And we'll keep you updated with what's new next week.
Bye-bye.